All right, Fox News coming out of northern Italy around Milan and the coronavirus. It's affecting about 5% of the population, mostly elderly people with other illnesses.
John, the number of coronavirus infections in Italy now surpasses the total number recorded in South Korea, making this the second country after China, which is now managing to stave the spread of the virus. And that's perhaps why Italy has chosen to take a similarly drastic measure by putting much of the north of the country under lockdown. At this point, actively, there are over 6,300 infections, 344 deaths. The death rate at about 5%. Authorities are very firm in pointing out that 80% of the fatalities are people who have at least or have had at least two serious other health conditions. Now, just about the time words started to get out about this quarantine, there was a frenzied movement, a rush to train stations. People are not to leave or enter Milan and 14 other provinces until at least the 3rd of April. And in that period of time, they are encouraged to stay at home as much as they can. Here in one place that has been quarantined since the very beginning of the outbreak in Italy, that was already a so-called red zone, people in that area did their best today to mark what is International Women's Day, but many expressed their despair. They had thought that their quarantine was just about to be ending this weekend. Instead, it has been extended. Museums have been closing everywhere in the country, shutting down exhibits such as the blockbuster Raphael in Rome. Here was the Prime Minister on the decision to take today's drastic measures.
We must think about protecting our health, the health of our beloved ones, the health of our parents, but mainly the health of our grandparents.
And Pope Francis is now streaming Mass live from a library inside the Vatican instead of going to the window of the Apostolic Palace where he usually appears and draws crowds. All large gatherings are being banned or at least discouraged until further notice. And John, here in Florence, not in the quarantine zone, life in theory goes on as usual, but it is very quiet, nothing like it would normally be. In the period leading up to Easter, people are very concerned about the effects, not only on the health of the country, but on the economy, as tourism is way down, as you can imagine, John.
Yeah, you can imagine. Amy Kellogg, thank you.
So 5%, around 5%, but most of the elderly that are getting ill have had two other serious illnesses, and their immune system is obviously weakened because of those. But at 5%, that's pretty serious. They're closing northern Italy in the red area that's been greatly affected. Over 6,300 infected people and almost 400 deaths. That's pretty alarming. And Europe's is pretty concerned about this, France too. So what can I say? It's spreading across Europe, and it's going to cause more havoc too. We need a better way to work with these viruses, and that the way to do that, which is more quickly done, and is much more effective in working with viruses. We need to get to that technology the sooner the better. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. That's a report from Fox News and Northern Italy. Good day.